Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to special edition of On to the Next. This is On to the Next 5. I'm Jeff Jones, and welcoming everybody in there. Gloria, nice to see you. Looks like we got a few people out there in the chat world. It's nice to have some people. Maybe some more people will show up. Nonetheless, they can watch it on replay if they're not here today. So. Behind the magic, great to have you guys here. Really appreciate your support over the life of the channel. And I guess where I want to start today, guys, is there's something special that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. This is some research that I have been working on off and on for a little while. Hey, Katie did it. Nice to see you in chat as well. And so this is some research, hey there, Kelly, that I have been working on and putting together related to the key and the key fobs in particular. That's what I'm here to talk about first off. This is some of my own original research that I really have been anxious to share with you guys. Nan's Life, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. And so first off, I guess how do I even set this up? Most of us in the community would believe or are under the assumption that there was some funny business with the key. I don't think that is a stretch to say that most people are under the assumption that something strange went on. Colburn, Lenk aren't supposed to be there. They're the ones that find it. And I think some of the researchers are well aware that there was another key fob found. Well, I've made a video that I think is going to help us all kind of understand this evidence that I think I may have found. And ultimately, it's a call to action. And at the end, I'd hope that you would consider my question. So without any further ado, let's get right to this video that I have here. See. All right. Hope everybody can hear it. No, I don't think that's the right video. There it is. There we go. Okay, let me know if you guys cannot hear it out there in the chat. Hey, TTM. Hey, R. William. Again, so this is something I made related to the key and the key fob. So I might stop it if you guys really want me to, or we can go back and look at it. But here is some of my original research. Before I start, I do want to say that, while I was researching this topic of the key and the key fob, I did come across research from Mozilla Gorilla or Magilla Gorilla. And so, Magilla Gorilla was kind of onto this already, but never took it to this level. So I'm going to show you this video and hope you guys, we'll see what you think. Maybe you disagree with me at the end. So here we go. Wow. So yeah, that's basically the video, and I'm gonna post it right now. It's private right now. I will make it. I will make it public for you guys to be able to check that out. And we can review it if you have any more questions about it, of course. Um, but the thing to me is that the call to action is we're looking for specifically, and I can find a picture for you guys real quick. If we could somehow find that key lanyard from EAA, the Go Army National Guard lanyard that I'm going to show you a picture of here in just a second. If we could find an actual original that's still in someone's drawer somewhere, we could confirm my suspicions that they are inconsistent and they do not match. But the 2003 key fob, the one that Andrew Colburn discovers on November 5th, just hours after the RAV is discovered, um, that one is consistent. It's consistent with the lanyard. I'm a pretty firm believer in this. I've looked at it a few different ways. And so let me show you this picture of what we want to maybe I can find it. Here we go. So this is the item. If you guys are aware, or if you care to search out, or people from Wisconsin who were at EAA in 2004, if you can find the complete and original Air National Guard lanyard, then it would be the key to the key, right? Because it would be it would confirm my suspicions again. So I'm gonna make that video public right now, so you guys are welcome to share that. Thoughts on that, if you guys have any out there, just immediate thoughts would be cool. Okay, so the video is now public. You guys can, and I'll grab you a link that we can share. And here is that link, and I'll post it in the description later. If not, you can check the channel. It'll be up soon. So that was really how I wanted to start off the show. And this is something that I've been, I know that it's like, it's kind of fast, and so I urge you to go back onto the YouTube video and check it out yourself. I'll happy to share more photos. I have more photos available, but it's hard for me to see it any other way at this point. EAA stands for Experimental Air Association. I'm pretty sure Experimental Air Association. Is that right? Experimental Aircraft Association. My bad. So yeah, there's a Experimental Aircraft Association, but this specific lanyard, guys, it's an Air National Guard, and you can see that it's www.goang.com. I have looked high and low. I've had other people looking high and low for this thing. It's not even a common fabric that seems to be around, but Experimental Aircraft Association. Thank you, Anthony D. That's right. EAA. So I'm very familiar with EAA, living and growing up in the area. I think they did in Oshkosh. They did Airbnb before Airbnb existed. During the Experimental Aircraft Association, which is in late July every year, people will just rent their houses out for that 5-day period and make some decent cash doing that. So that is where I was interested in talking about that first. So I don't know if anybody, I would love to hear some comments from the chat if you guys have anything, or any questions about that. I think it's quite, I mean, you almost have to, I almost have to say, well, what do I think? Jeff, what do you think? What would be an appropriate guess as to what the hell happened? Where, and maybe I'll pull the video back up, and I can we can take another view through it. And then as I talk through it, it might be a little easier. So let me pull this up. Oh, what's going on? No, why did that start? Oh, let me pull this up here for you guys and we can watch it at the same time I have a video. Has anyone looked at the Air Museum in Oshkosh? That's the Air Museum. That's EAA Air Museum. Absolutely. Um, well, I'm only one person, and that's kind of why I wanted to share it with you guys to see, why it's a call to action, because I'm only one person and I've looked everywhere. But let's grab a good picture of it. For Here we go. And so it's I guess I can bring up some other pictures too. There we go. There's a good picture of it. And this was collected from the RAV, so it's not processed until later because it was in the RAV and it wasn't like discovered, I guess you could say. It doesn't hit paperwork until like much later. Maybe even January. I think I know that it's processed in January and it's pictured in January, but someone processed it earlier in the lab. And so once the RAV was taken to Madison and all the contents were processed, this was found in it. Yet the two key fobs are both found in Stevens' nightstand area by Andrew Colburn, and Andrew Colburn is present during both events. Lank is also there at one of them, and 3 days apart, he finds two key fobs. The first one, he had the 2003 right on the 5th, the same day the RAVs discovered, and then 3 days later, the one that we're all familiar with. That there's a so. Oh, Nan's Life. That's my post. Absolutely. I put that post up there on Craigslist in Appleton, Oshkosh area because I was hoping that someone might see it and have an original from. Now, here's the thing. Katie Hallbach says in her testimony that she got it last year. She gave it to Teresa in the spring of 05. So it's likely either a 2004 or maybe a 2005. I don't think that they have year numbers on lanyards though. So there's a chance that, you get a bunch and you hand them out this year and then you hand them out next year, or they give you some fresh ones. They're all mass produced. So you would think that whoever went to that Army National Guard tent that week would have held on to it. I don't know. It's not like the coolest lanyard that you would like unless you're in the Air Force. You know what I mean? And would you? But I wear lanyards. I know a lot of people that have them. There is no picture that I have seen this part of the lanyard in the RAV console. Yeah, no picture. Of course, there's no picture, but it just shows up in that paper bag that you see in that picture, and then given to take a picture and processes it for evidence. And that's January 12th or 13th when this picture was taken. So I hope you guys take heed to that call to action, and I really would love to hear more about that later. If you guys find anything, it would be pretty cool. A plane crashed that year. That's interesting. They kind of crashed. I think there was one that crashed this year, to be honest. Well, as you saw in the video, the lanyard is in the trial. We got a picture of Katie holding it right there. So she's got the lanyard and the key in trial. I've been back and forth with this a few times. Like, in a lot of cases, a lanyard is a lanyard, and lanyard connects to a fob, the same buckle, and I demonstrate that in the video as well, as you guys saw towards the end, that the buckle's the same. There's no difference in that. What's the difference is the actual, let's see here if we can, the actual key. And you know, if you look at this one, really one of my more favorite one, this is the lanyard and the 2003 key fob, the one that Andrew Colburn found on the 5th, not the one that was in court. It is much more consistent than the other one. I don't see how the other one does not match in overall quality, in fabric shape and fabric design. It doesn't have the same label. It doesn't use the same thread. It uses a light colored thread, and there is no thread holding together the lanyard, only on the ribbon, not to hold it together, but only on the ribbon, and one seam that I demonstrate on the back. You can see this. Let's see, does that show? This is the seam. This is where it is, where it's threaded together, I guess we would say. You can see this black mark. That's used black thread. It's inconsistent with the other one. There's just so many things that after you add it all up and you go, it just seems so goofy. And that's where I'm at. So that's where I'm at with that. I also think that it's fair to point out that there are 2 keys on that key fob. And like I said in the video, there were 2 keys that were never recovered, or at least some house keys that were never recovered. So that's where I am at with that. Anybody have anything else to add or any questions about the key fob before we move on? Okay, so I guess, well, we get to, it's going to be a pretty quick show if you guys don't have anything to add to that. Yeah, I'm going solo tonight, but that is because, how do we say this? So, over the past few weeks, I guess we could say, it has become apparent that to me, through my personal life, my professional career, my Discord life, I guess you could call it, that it's painfully obvious that when it's time to move on, it's time to move on. And for me, it's time to move on. And so I think, I don't know exactly what that means at this point, but it means that there'll be a hiatus with the channel for the next foreseeable future. I have a lot of things to focus on. I'm starting to do my dissertation very soon for my PhD, and that overrides all my other extracurricular activities, as you could say. And so I'm not exactly sure. I don't have a scheduled time frame for this, but I can tell you that, whatever the fate has for the YouTube channel, I would assume that, if I were to make videos in the future, they're going to be on different topics. And so I know that might come as a surprise to you, but I got to tell you, when you know it's time, you know it's time. And I suggest that you guys all heed that advice for whatever it is in your life. When it's time to move on and turn the page, it's time to move on and turn the page. And for me, it's time to move on and turn the page. So, I'm not one for long goodbyes. It's not really goodbye. It's just goodbye for now. And so I have to focus on some things in my life right now. I just really wanted to share this last video that I felt that was really important for me. I think it's one of the, after discussing a murderer, this key evidence is really the best contribution that I can make. I don't think I'm going to make a better contribution. I really went through the paces on this thing. I guess I could tell you that the keys that I think we're looking at right now, I tend to believe that those are probably Teresa Halbach's. That's my opinion. It's only an opinion. I can't prove it. I don't think it looks like a salvage yard worker's key ring. And so that's where I would really like to leave it, probably on a strong note um, with how things, balance is important, absolutely. And so when I look at this key evidence, I find it hard to see it anywhere else. The same people, the same questionable folks who are not supposed to be collecting evidence are collecting evidence. The people who find important evidence, is it Jody's keys? Yeah, well, 2000, yeah, okay, Jody's keys then. Sure, then it just Jody's keys match Teresa's lanyard. I mean, sure, it's possible. Um, go ask her. So that's where I'm at. I think that when you match the pictures up and you can see that the fabrics are consistent, that's how I see it. So go watch the video. If you disagree, if you think those are Jody's keys, I would love to hear Jody say it again. Yeah, well, I guess what do we got to do? I guess we got to do one last thing on the YouTube channel, just for good measure, I guess we could say. Let me see if I can't find how to do that. Yeah, let's try this again. Yeah, you know what? We are going to try it again. Nice knowing you, buddy. I see, that's the thing. I have no I have no patience for that bullshit. Try again. That's why. Go kick dirt. You know what I'm saying? Go kick dirt, little buddy. But as far as I'm concerned, this is what I can contribute. This is my idea. This is what I have. That's what I got. And so for everybody who's been on the journey so far, like, it's been awesome. But Jeff Jones has other things to do, and I wish you all the best. I really do. It's not goodbye. It's just goodbye for now. And so that's it. That's really what I got. I know that it might come as a surprise to you guys. It might come as a strange happening to cut out now, but I've given more than enough, and it's time. So with that said, this is Jeff Jones for the last episode of On to the Next. Have a good one. I'll talk to you guys later.